You know what it is. It's the Front Left Podcast, Front Left of all Conversations. You got myself, Tesla, and I'm joined with
Trick or Treat.
Josh, I left, yes.
And we have a guest in the building.
Hey, it's H's what? Keisha.
Come on, jump off.
I'm looking to pull up to the book. Yes.
One man comes off the end.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's
cool.
So tell us about yourself, Keisha.
I am honoured to be on the podcast today.
I am
Remember,
honoured.
following from day one. But yeah,
You've been a
thanks
fan
for
from
having me.
day one?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
she
what
won
I
the
like.
front left competition. Bring it on top, fan. We thought it was you. Congrats.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, and to anyone who hasn't listened before, this is episode 50, so
50.
welcome. Join us.
5-0.
Join us. We've been on a journey. We're now 50 pods deep.
This is our
What was it?
golden jubilee. It actually is.
Yeah, but that's for years.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
This is our golden jubilee. Tell Lizzie I want that card. But you get a card.
Do you?
You get a card from the Queen. 50 years. You get a card for if you live 100 years as well.
50 years for what?
Just for living.
Nah, it's not for living. No, it's not for living.
Before you get one of 50, you get one for 100.
Nah, you get one for
My mum
100.
ain't got no card.
Then your mum's first gen. Your mum wasn't born here. She born.
Nah,
in
it's
that-
like marriage and stuff. You get ones for them if you've been married
you?
for I'm sure you do. After like 50 years or something. But you've got to be from like in this country kind of thing. Not
okay.
like half your life was you're born somewhere. I think it's
have
that.
to be,
I've got 24.
I'm pretty-
25 years to go.
25?
24.
How old are you?
27.
How have you got
I'm
25?
not 25.
Oh, 23.
Oh my God, me.
Do you know what's actually mad? I'm actually going to say this, innit? Speaking to somebody yesterday, this actually just made me remember. Speaking to someone yesterday.
About me?
Nah, speaking to someone yesterday, and we was talking about, she was like, she was asking how to cook lamb. Told her. She goes, I was like, an hour and a half, and I looked at the time, it was like 4 o'clock, and I was like, oh, it's been there for an hour. She's like, oh, yeah. I put it in 20 minutes ago, so it's got another 25 minutes, which is 40 minutes. Then it'll be a total an hour and a half. I said, what? I said, whoa. I said, you got 45 minutes equals to an hour and a half, mad thing.
Where's the other 45 minutes gone?
I don't know. But she was like, 20 out for 25, that's 45. She said 40 minutes. 40 minutes now. Yeah, it's 1 hour and a half. I said, okay.
That's different.
I think that there's like 100 minutes in an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I catch myself doing it.
Yo, the maths ain't mathing though. I hear.
Yeah,
That lamb will have not been cooked how she wants
She said it was
that.
decent, but like when she said the time, I had to just be like, okay.
Lamb will still be raw. Nah, but the first thing that I wanted to speak about anyway, obviously people have been screaming and shouting. Well, when I say people, a small percentage of people have been complaining over adverts.
Adverts?
Adverts. Yeah.
Okay.
Like as in the Sainsburys advert, you know, because they had black people on the advert. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's just a black family basically like celebrating the lead up to Christmas, and like they're making gravy in a gravy boat and whatnot, and
The gravy song.
the gravy song, yeah. And then there was backlash that came out from the back of it of people online commenting. Not gonna lie,
Someone said Christmas in Nigeria.
Fam, I was
not gonna
laughing.
lie.
I was dying.
That is hilarious.
I was dying. I'm glad you're like me, because when I read some of them, I was like, some people are creative, yo.
Yeah,
So I was laughing. I was
I've
gonna
seen
lie.
Christmas in Nigeria. I was like, I wanted to post it on my story in it and be like, nah, you know what, yeah, you can't even be angry at that. That's a bar.
Yeah.
Then I thought, nah, there'd be people coming to tell me I'm a coon or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
So I thought,
yeah.
nah, I had to leave it. But I was like, that is actually very funny.
It was funny. The other one that I liked is, you need to change it from Sainsburys to Blackberries.
Nah, there was actually some serious comments.
But one thing I was going to pose it, and the question to everyone, like, do you think the people who are complaining have a right to complain? Like, do they actually have a leg to stand on? Like,
I get it.
You
I
think they do?
100%
See,
get
I
it.
have quite controversial views on this. Like, I've seen a lot of people comparing it to the Carrot family. Like, have you seen the Aldi Christmas advert?
yeah.
I've seen
So
it.
basically, people have been saying, like, you can be all right with having a carrot family as a Christmas advert, but you can't for a black family. But like, you can't compare the two, in my opinion, anyway. And I think obviously with the events that have happened this year, you know, would that have happened last year? Would they have put an all black family on the advert, or is it because of what's happened this year? Like Vodafone have done another advert, like a Christmas advert, again, black family, and I just think, is it a case of, oh well, this has happened this year, we can, you know, we can do this to make more people shop with us because they can relate to it more? I don't really know. For me, it's like filling a quota. It's always been there, but I feel like this year the emphasis that's been put on it is like next level. Like,
yeah. So you're saying that you believe that if there wasn't the whole Black Lives Matter, the protests, and etc., the actors wouldn't have been given the chance to be put on the
I think
TV.
I think there's always like, you know, like a black person, or, you know, like a disabled person, or someone that.
But that's just normally one.
But it's normally one.
Yeah.
Whereas this year it's a full family, or like there was the Tesco advert.
And all black.
All black.
As
black,
in-
black.
I don't mean that how it sounds to be like, you're not fully black, but I mean like, sorry to cut you off, but like normally in certain adverts, they normally have,
Like a mixed race person.
they'll have a mixed race person, or they'll have 2 mixed race kids, 1 black mum, 1 white dad or
and
something.
Then,
And
I see
to
that a lot.
diversify it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as you were saying, sorry.
No, it's fine. Like that. Like that's just what I was kind of getting at. Like, I just think I would love to know the thought behind the advert before it got made, and what they had in that, like in mind last year compared to this
I don't
year.
know. I kind of get it though, because I know what you're saying is a quota, but you need to think now we're at a period where there's always been screams now for like, why aren't black people winning stuff? So I think something happened, I would say mid-lockdown, so June, and a black girl won Molly May's thing.
Oh yeah, I see.
Is that the Louis Vuitton poster?
Oh, yeah.
And
Gutted
they were
I didn't win, not gonna lie.
I entered that as
He
well.
wasn't black enough.
Oi. Disclaimer, we love all black people of all shades.
But yeah, for
Some
me,
people are listening to this shit.
No. I generally feel like it was not gonna lie, if it was a light skinned girl that won it or a white person, they'd be like, rah, because it got more
Traction.
well done, because it was a dark skinned woman.
Yeah.
It was like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't really see dark skinned women.
But are
winning
you
these competitions.
saying that?
These competitions are fixed? You know, don't get it twisted.
Yeah, 100%.
No, so-
I've never
Yeah.
won one.
So that's what I'm getting at. Are you trying to say that because of the climate that we're in,
So-
they're making black people win and be more presentable?
Yeah. So these competitions, they've already sort out who they're gonna win. So especially with ones with like, I've seen it. I'm not gonna give no names away, or I'm not gonna say nothing, but like, I've seen it from a working standpoint where they've picked the winner
Certain
already.
people, yeah.
Yeah, and then even with the last thing I was doing, he was talking about like competition. He was saying like he's already looking at the criteria what he wants.
Yeah, because it makes them money, like
Do you know
in
what I'm saying?
return, like depending on
Yeah.
who they pick,
Yeah,
that'll like benefit them.
100%. So for them to always pick, you need to think as well, like especially with all these girl glam ones and stuff. You know who's gonna try. You know already in your mind that who's gonna win it.
Yeah.
It's whoever fits their brand.
It's
So-
a type of person, isn't it? Not
Yeah.
necessarily like they know an individual. It's just what like bracket they
Fits.
want them to be
Exactly.
in. You know what I mean?
So for them to pick that dark skin girl, I was like, you know what? Yeah, well done.
But I think I can understand where you come from. I kind of get it because Molly May, I don't know what her audience is, but I would just, from taking a guess, would say it's probably people similar to Molly May in terms of how she looks and like hairstyles and stuff. That might not cross over to black women, black girls. So from how you're trying to say, almost it's like because she realised there was an opportunity to like expand her.
That wasn't Molly May, was it? I swear it was.
It was
Because
Molly
I
May.
just know it wasn't Molly May. It was like
It was Molly May?
Molly May endorsed it, but it wasn't Molly May's competition.
It was her
Yeah, with
competition?
all-
Oh,
no,
right,
no,
so
no.
wait, is it
No,
one
it
of the,
wasn't-
like,
it wasn't-
she
she
was
was
the
the one
LV
pushing-
thing?
yeah,
where,
she was
like,
the
they
one
say
pushing- So it
follow
wasn't-
this page and then is
No,
that
it's
what you
it's
mean?
like the one I've seen recently with I Saw It First with Jack Fowler. It's
So
the-
I know what you mean. So they like represent it, but it's like a random at. Like when you go
Yeah.
and click on it, it's like a fella
Okay,
wasn't Molly May.
Are
It's
you
not-
sure?
Yeah. I
The
can't-
one where
it was with somebody else.
No, but the one where all the winnings came up to $8,000, and it was like an LV
the LV
bag.
bag.
It was
yeah.
it was a 10 grand worth of LV stuff.
It was Molly May was in her house posting
No,
it.
she posted it, but it's someone else has told her, we want you to be the face. It's not
I
her.
swear, I know what you mean.
It's
It's
not her
all the Love
competition.
Island stars do
Yeah,
it.
so-
It's like it's someone who must like be endorsed.
Yeah, I saw one recently with I Saw Her First and Jack Fowler. And Jack Fowler, it's the one that's running now. And he's just the face. Like, I'm giving away something where I Saw Her First.
Yeah.
It's not Molly May.
I'd have to double check because I thought it was her
No,
because
no, it's
because
not.
the rules of that one was follow Molly May's
And follow someone
Instagram.
else's Instagram.
No, it was her
It wasn't,
filter.
it was just
her
her.
filter by Molly May, which is like
Yeah,
was
a
it?
fake tan brand, I think.
Yeah. It was. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it was Molly May's one because it was like follow her on Insta. It was like, share, comment,
Yeah.
tag people, follow her. Like you said, her tanning thing.
Yeah, I think it was tan. Obviously, don't wear tan, but
Yeah.
I think it was.
Something along those lines. It was all to do with
How,
her. I'm
how
pretty
far
sure.
back was it?
I couldn't find it. I
Like, she
think like
posts
they
like
post
5
it and
times
then
a day. So
Yeah,
they
of course.
they
Good
move
luck
it
with
off
that.
in it.
So my point earlier,
How far did you go back? Because I just found it just like that.
I just went. Brrr.
probably didn't look properly, but
It was this one. It was September, innit?
yeah, it was that one. Yeah.
Oh, I must have
Yeah,
skipped
Yeah, it
right
was. It
past
was.
it.
It was.
Oh,
I'm
was
sure
that
it was
May?
her. I don't know whether
Okay, so it was to make sure you follow Molly May.
No pun
Yeah.
intended.
That's her. And
That's it.
filter by Molly May.
which is her tanning.
Okay, so basically it was just to promote her new tanning.
But you're right. Normally, the
It's
Love Island
normally-
stars.
Yeah.
So
There's
that's
like a secret person. There's like a person behind them
And they're
who
the face
has
of
all
it.
the money and gives it away so that they can make like more.
I rate it
by
out because that's a big tanning. It's actually grew quite, and I bet it only started recently as well.
Yeah,
so
but she was really lucky before Love Island. Like she was
she was already an
in it.
influencer,
Yeah,
wasn't she? Or on the way to be, or she had some kind of
yeah.
influence in it. That was kind of leading on to the point I was trying to make because I was saying because she probably already has a target audience. So now doing these kind of competitions, it may have been able to expand the target audience to people who might not like every
Have
day,
previously.
like
Yeah.
go on her page or follow her content, etc. So
So there's one I was just seeing what I Saw Her First, and it's called Jack Friday, and it's to do about you can win £8,000 cash, and it's basically a competition, but Jack Fowler's the main figurehead. So
Really?
yeah,
Like the face
so
of
it's
it kind of
exactly the exact same kind of
Post.
post of what Molly May was doing.
That's how they make
Yeah,
their
that's
money,
how
though,
they
isn't
make the
it?
pay. Because you need to think about it. 8,000 in ad spend is nothing because look at the comments. They got 341,000
he's probably got
in
a
comments.
probably
That's
got
way
Got no
more
way of winning.
than £8,000.
he's probably got 100 followers or whatever, a couple hundred or
I don't
extra
know
followers.
how many, but it's on 1.2 million. But
No, I mean because of doing that competition, like people might see it and think I might be able
like,
to win.
so like this post and tag a friend. So you need to think you've liked the post.
You tag
Then
them.
you've tagged a friend. That's double. Then you need to think as well how many people, and then add it to your story.
Story.
And then you think the average person has 500 followers. That's now outreach to another 500. That is nothing to £8,000 worth of ad spend.
Did anyone watch Inside Misguided? I know we
I
were
did,
talking about
yeah.
this today,
This is
weren't
on
we?
Channel 4.
Yeah.
No, what was that about?
So basically, it was just like a documentary based inside on how Misguided and similar kinds of brands have grown to be where they are now, and like obviously it's fast fashion, so it's changing all the time, and like their marketing techniques were just like next level crazy, weren't they? Like he had like a Rolls Royce and like got it all what's it called where they put like wrapped, that's
Yeah.
it, got it all wrapped with like Playboy Misguided, and like the amount of competitions and like who they want as the face of like babes of Misguided, they call it.
Yeah.
Like people like you say who fit that
The look in
the
it.
look, like to get them more followers, and it's all about how many followers you're gaining. And they had it all up on screens of like how many followers they were gaining, likes, comments. Like it was just insane to watch, like how quick social media like equals sales, because ultimately that's what it's all for.
So I did work for somebody recently, and during their strategy plan, I kind of told them, or I didn't, but the people that I look at who do a great strategy plan is, Lounge, the underwear brand.
Oh yeah.
So Lounge, I've never seen a brand that smash it.
Yeah.
When I mean with like just giving away their product to like, no, I wouldn't see like influencers are classed in different tiers, but like I'm saying like normal gal who have like 8,000 followers or 1,000, they will gift them, and knowing that if they have a certain look of body and different body shapes, just take a photo, we'll give you a gift set.
Yeah.
People will just follow them and they do it the best, and I would say like Lounge for that. I've seen their growth from the beginning to what it is, and in a year or 2 years, it's massive.
Yeah, because the way they look at it is they don't just have like skinny minis and like fake this, fake that. They look at actual women so that the followers like me, for example, will go, wow, like she looks amazing in Lounge. And then that makes you buy it because you're not just seeing like the Molly Mays of the world. You're 100%. Actually seeing normal women. And you think,
they look
I
kind
could
of
look like
decent.
Does that influence you? Because I always like.
yeah,
it
100%.
Man, it
So if
influences me. I'm not gonna lie.
Josh is there in his
When I look
Lounge
at
set.
Lounge, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like some of the girl that they got on Lounge, so do you actually endorse a lot of black girls as well?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but-
Natural hair, all about that.
But the reason I'm asking, Keisha, because I don't expect you to go and buy the clothes.
I was looking to buy.
Little thong set in your basket.
But like in terms of like if you were to see someone who looks like you or similar, does that influence you? Would you
Yeah,
say?
100%. Like, I'm not really one for like, I don't order off like Misguided and Pretty Little Things. It's just fashion that you are literally throwing away, ultimately. And like, if someone's decent quality and they're actually representing more than just one type of person, then 100% that would influence me. And do you know what? I think that's why I like Nike so much.
Yeah.
Just because of how like diverse their whole brand is.
I don't know, you know. I'll never say like, I don't know. When it comes to like sportswear and stuff like that, I don't really look at like diverse because I don't know. I normally go on material and what fits for me. So it's like I'd only buy Adidas trackies and bottoms because Adidas trackies and bottoms beat Nike. It's the feel and the
that's
quality.
true, to be fair.
And it's the elastic as well.
It's all about the
It's
humour.
similar, yeah.
But then when I look at Nike, I feel like, oh, what do I get from Nike? And it's trainers. But then if I'm gonna look for a coat, it has to be North Face.
Yeah.
If I'm looking for a fleece, it has to be North Face. So then I'm just like, I'm not looking at diversity. I'm looking at which is the most practicality and the fitting when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
everyone's
then-
different though, aren't they? Like everyone shops differently.
Yeah.
Like everyone's shopping habits. It depends on like loads of things, but I feel like when you just find a brand that you like, these leggings are made from recycled water bottles.
But girls have more like different things and it's affordable.
That's true, yeah, that is true.
Guys don't have recycled. Like look at recycled shoes. They come and charge us £125, where they're charging girls £15. It doesn't make sense.
£15.
You think these leggings are £15?
No, I'm not saying that.
But don't like have like their own like sustainability
Yeah,
stuff.
it's
It's like,
expensive.
yeah,
Have you
it's
seen it?
spenny.
They did Vapor Maxes where it was
Yeah, they
like
were ugly
nearly
though.
200. I say you can't. Vapor Maxes where you nearly break your legs. I don't know how you wear Vapor Maxes, man.
Mate, these are the comfiest shoes
No, they're
ever.
not.
Proper
Man.
thin though, innit?
It's not thin. The way I buckle on Vapor Maxes.
That's what I mean. That's,
yeah,
yeah, but you
Absolutely.
your ankles.
like legit buckle on Vapor Maxes.
I think it's
man.
because I wouldn't want to be like a size 10. I'm wearing
Yeah.
these, I must say, but
You're size 10?
No, she
Nah.
said she wouldn't want to be size 10.
she's a
Oh,
size
yeah.
10.
But what?
You know what they say about girls with big feet?
oh,
I actually don't.
What do they say?
I know, yeah.
I don't know.
I was like, I don't even know.
It was a good joke. You liked it.
What's my talking about?
it's alright, Josh is trying to call me a tranny. It's fine.
Joke.
Jesus.
Jeez, mad. But we had an interesting conversation the other day though, one of our boys about we said about the most recognised like size of shoe for like men's is like size 9, innit?
Nah.
And like the models is kind of like a medium and stuff. So for yourself saying that, like what was the brand you mentioned before? Lounge.
Yeah.
Lounge.
And they show like all different types of body sizes and stuff like that. Like, okay, I know obviously it's for women's, and I know Josh was like, oh, it'll actually encourage me to buy stuff. But when I see like a brand or like, I don't know, like a business that's like including a lot of stuff, it makes me think, let me have a little look at this. Do they
Yeah.
have something for like men also as well? Do you know what I mean? So it's like a great
Which
sort of-
Lounge?
Yeah.
No, I
like,
think Lounge is just women.
no,
you
but
know.
I'm just saying like any brand that like shows like a big diverse like portfolio of stuff. Like
Yeah.
what's that brand called? MKI.
I've never heard of
It's
it.
like it's me. I'm not even gonna butcher the name on camera, but I got like a top from them, and I just thought, oh, this would be kind of cool. Like, I wonder if they got like girl stuff as well, so I can grab something for like my mum or someone. And it's just all men, but like the quality's sick. The thing that Connor wore the other day when he came, that brand.
Yeah, but there's set brands that are just men stuff like Menace. Menace is just a man's stuff, but I swear.
What's that brand? And it's like I don't know the name of it, and I'm not even going to 20, but it's like a 4.
4-4.
Yellow.
Nah,
yellow.
4-4.
Yellow, yeah.
It's yellow. It's yellow something.
It's 4-4. It's the 4 and then another 4.
Nah, it's 1-4, and it's
Yellow
like in a
World,
box.
isn't it? It's Yellow World.
Oh yeah,
You
and
onto
it looks
it?
like a Y.
Yeah. You've got like
It's
t-shirts and stuff.
Yarrow World or something.
Nah, I've never heard it.
You've seen it, but
You will
would
have seen it.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yarrow or yellow?
Nah.
Yellow World. or something.
The it's a number 4, but it looks like a Y at the same time.
And you spell it as yellow?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know how you spell it, but
You just seen it because it's like popular.
My mixed race guy always like it comes up on the
on your sponsored
feed.
that mixed race guy, what guy?
Nah, I know what he means though. I have seen it before. I can't remember. I don't know what the.
It's like a yellow 4, isn't it?
It's in different colours.
Oh, I'm gonna have to find it.
All I know is 4-4 London, innit?
Nah, I don't know about 4-4
Yarrow.
London.
Are you spelling yarrow?
Nah, it's not 4-4 London. It's not that.
It's not that.
It's not. This is 4-4 London, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not that. It's a
can't
Y.
find it.
You get the hats and it's just got a Y,
Y?
in it, but it looks like a
Oh, I
4
forgot
at the
it.
centre.
Yeller World.
Yeller, that's
Yeller.
it. That's the one.
How you
Yeah.
spell
How you
it?
spelling
And he said,
that?
nigger.
Oh yeah, I've got it here. That one.
Y-E-L
How you spelling it?
L-I.
Y-E-I-R World.
Yankee.
You'd have seen it, but you'd have
Esco,
seen it a lot before.
Yankee.
Because it's
I don't
that
know where I was going with that, but
It's the 4.
Nah, this ain't for me, this.
that's just men's clothes, innit? Like
Yeah,
there's certain
yeah,
brands
yeah.
which is just
There used to be what Alpha Labs used to be all men's, or it is. I don't know if it's still a brand.
Alpha what?
Alpha Labs. This is at the time where there was bare like Instagram fucking clothing
Boutiques.
brands. Yeah, like
Is that just like gym wear though? Is it or?
I don't even know if it's still a
There's another one
page.
called like Alpha something. Alpha Elite in there.
Yeah, even
There's
the page
so
is
many.
gone.
I thought Alpha Labs
The
was
other
it.
day I was just
was a
walking.
clothing brand.
I seen like a guy and a girl walking in there. The girl had back, like back, like serious back.
What's that got to do with it? I was thinking,
Clothing in it.
oh, I thought you were leaving or something. I was looking like,
That was the point.
fair enough,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's still a thing, but it's not as big as Alpha Lab, man. Yeah, all these Instagram fucking there was loads. When Six Silk and stuff like that first started.
God, sick silk.
But Six Silk was
Yeah.
a bit more than Instagram though, because that used to be sold in Foot Salad.
Photo.
Yeah, I
Don't
think
remind
they're the
me.
ones. They're the ones that made that fucking that
like-
crossover.
And
11 degrees and that.
11 degrees.
remember, like all the Geordie Shore cast used to always wear Six Silk and stuff like that.
Some
back
people
in the-
still do.
If you can rock it, you can rock it. I think with fashion though, like it goes in cycles and whatnot. And I don't really think. I think depending on the individual, you don't really need to keep up with what's latest.
Yeah.
I feel like if you can wear stuff that came out 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago and still rock it. Like this stuff, like I was listening to something the other day and they were talking about Harachis and how big Harachis were.
Harachis was
Harachis are
When
massive.
they came out.
Harachis are
Harachis
Yeah.
are massive. Harachis and blazers.
Like
Blazers, yeah.
Blazers.
I had Nike ID blazers.
Hey, check his
Oh, they were so
Keisha at the
bad.
back.
They were so bad.
But you need to think there's different things that were in trend. So who did I have this conversation with the other day? It's always Connor. Always has to be Connor. Fucking we was talking about it. We was talking about like what was in. But I also feel like it's a generational thing as well. Not a generational thing. Fucking area thing.
Oh, 100%.
Because I was speaking to Lauren and she was like, she messaged me and she was like, are you wearing these shoes? And I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, we call them the Scout shoe in JD because everyone in Liverpool, that's where they
These?
made it.
Damn, Scout
What?
shoes.
These?
Yeah.
They have not been to Liverpool.
No. So from their JD, because she does buying in it.
Yeah. Okay.
So from the stats and figures,
oh really?
these are the most sold in Liverpool than anywhere else.
I wouldn't.
Do you know what's mad though? Like how, like you can go 40 minutes down the road to Manny, and like the fashion sense changes
It's completely
so
different.
much. Like
Yeah.
TNs for me is a mank shoe.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I'm
110s
not
for
saying
me.
anything against them. Like I like TNs, but like for me, that's a Manny shoe.
Yeah.
And then like 95s, 110s, obviously
It's
Scouts.
Scouts. But PTs, I was saying to someone,
remember
I used to say
PTs?
I have PTs, and like I said to some other people, and I think PTs must have been just like a scouse
That
thing.
was a proper.
No one else was on that. Like,
They were horrible.
yeah, they were like the
They were
worst.
so
They were
bad.
terrible.
They were such a bad shoe. I'm just reminiscing, thinking I don't know why people.
Like, yeah. And then fucking like you just noticed like things were big. And then but I would say like Harachis was like a universal
Oh
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
still wear Harachis now.
Oh, I don't know, you know.
George,
I don't see Harachis getting sold like that.
I walked to the gym one
Nah,
time and
not
the way
like
people
loads
looking
of
at me.
people.
Yeah.
Like,
Some people still wear them
Okay.
now.
I wouldn't care, you know. I'd wear them.
They just-
I've
a
got
man.
blue- I
If
used
you
to.
wore, if
I
you
wear
wore
them. On.
blazers one day, I'd be like, shit.
I would though.
this is my guy.
But the thing is,
Like you
with
do.
me though, I purposely like to, like, I will purposely go out my way to
Not
wear
wear.
something that someone else, I know someone's not gonna wear, or
Yeah.
or I'll have it kept for 7-8 years and rock it on holiday. The blazers I've got, the suede, they
Yeah.
look brand new.
See, I still got blazers and I don't think I can rock them. The only shoe that I feel like is universal to rock yearly is
Air
Vans
Force.
or Air Forces.
Force.
Vans and Air Forces, you can rock them
Next
casually.
time, whenever this business is over, if we go on holiday, I'll wear blazer because I tried them on and I was like, these are actually a cool shoe.
I don't know, man. There's
Ted's
set
still
things-
rocking them.
there's
He's
set
like,
things,
yeah,
like, there's set things I don't know if I can rock. Like,
But that's why I said
um,
I purposely would do that because I feel that will suit me.
There's,
Whereas
um,
for you, it might not. But
there's stuff I opened up in my room and I was going through boxes because I was trying to like clear out my wardrobe. And I found Rocher Runs. I was thinking, shit.
Rocher
Oh, the
runs.
toting.
They were such a
Rocher.
bad
they've got
shoe.
like the
Oh,
front
shit,
half
sorry,
is
my
like
bad. I know
suede.
It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
one material, one it was like a
Yeah,
sock.
yeah,
I was
it's
like,
like a
I
sock.
can't even sell this to anybody. Like, I've got like Rocher Runs
the
that
hot-
and I
the
was
one
just like,
with the-
these are dead.
Palm trees on.
Yeah.
Oh my
I remember when you bought
days.
them. I was there when you bought them.
I was like,
I don't think you ever wore them.
Never.
They used to do like a tie-dye one as well.
Yeah, this bird, there was
Yeah.
bird colours.
Splash, yeah.
And then I put them on, I was like, this shoe's terrible. Like, actually
even sell
terrible.
It wasn't a good shoe.
It wasn't a
Wow.
good shoe, man. Like,
But that's another perfect example of everyone had them. And I remember literally
Yeah,
buying
yeah,
a pair
yeah.
because everyone had one. Like,
Yeah.
and I never wore them ever.
It's mad though when like a shoe gets like sold out like rapid. I remember for time like you couldn't get like white Harachis like anywhere. Do you get me?
no, but right or
All black as
white,
well.
all black and white
Yeah.
is essential.
Yeah.
Like, I think, yeah. Like,
And then you know like if somebody's got like an old pair of like white Harachis because it starts to like yellow.
Yeah.
yellow.
I never had them.
Yeah, so my white ones, I swear Ola swapped them. Because I swear Ola swapped them in it. I was like, man, wear this colour. I was like, this guy took them.
Are you man the same size?
Yeah, we're the same size. He swapped them.
You need
I
to
was like,
ask
this
him.
guy's a dick. I was like,
I'm gonna
this
show
guy's
him
a
when
dick.
this comes
This
out.
guy's a dick. He knows, because when he was clearing out stuff from me, I was like, I've got Harachis that I haven't worn. Did you fall?
No, just
I was thinking, make sure you got that on camera.
Sound like a cat.
His are yellow, but I heard that's because of the air.
I have no idea.
But as well, I don't know whether it was you was telling me as well. Like if it's left, or did he try to say that like because he left it in the box too long? Do yellow?
So I
or
never
something?
take out none of my shoes from the box. Like, I'll always keep them in the... Yeah.
I ain't got room for that.
You have to, though. I never sell shoes, but it's one of them, like, throw away the box, the value's gone, innit?
It's annoying because I keep the box for everything. I've got like really bad OCD,
Yeah.
but I can't physically store shoe boxes because I haven't got enough room in the flat.
Like, in my wardrobe now, I've got this whole top part, and I just put my shoe boxes in there. But it's better. Don't know, man. Like, taking them out, nah, it's not. Because if I take them out, I'll be kicking them. So I know if they're in the box, I ain't kicking them.
For you, yeah, you need to. That makes sense.
It makes sense.
No, but
so,
if I had the space too, like I would just have like you can get like just they're like it's like a walk-in closet kind of thing, but like Connor used to have them, or did you used to have them? You used to have them when we used to have a Manny. Like it was a long
the glass frame.
Yeah, the glass frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a long glass frame, and each shelf you can put your shoes on.
We can even just get like racks, like in a stock room, like
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was,
like
if,
little rails.
if I had a bigger house or a bigger room or something, that would be the dream.
That
Yeah,
would be
just
the
have
dream.
like a curtain, and to just be.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that than like a walk-in wardrobe full of
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, full of clothes.
You could build one of them because it was just
Yeah.
basically wood. And it's like
You just need like
shelves
shelves where
basically.
you can push them in and out.
But you'd
obvious.
rather have more shoes than
Oh, yeah.
clothes.
I'd get married in a pair
Yeah,
of trainees.
100%.
100%,
Serious?
yeah.
So you're more of a trainer's girl than like a
100%.
anything else?
We had this on the group. We said this on the group.
You said
About
this
me?
one,
No. We
That's
was talking about
Keisha's a trainer girl.
We was talking about you, Keisha. Don't like Jacob.
Mate, I know all your shit.
Like,
Don't
I'd rather
involve me.
have basic clothes and just have bare expensive kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is the same thing, like, I went to school with a girl and, like, she's always dressed in, like, head to toe, designer this, designer that. But, like, if it's all genuine, you've only got about 5 outfits that you can rotate. I'd rather have, like, Zara basics and have, like, really nice shoes or, like, a bag or coat.
Yeah.
So you can switch it up because you could have, like, all the designer you want, but unless you're actually rich, that's, like, 3 outfits. And then you're just rotating the same thing. Like, yeah.
It's hard. It is hard.
Mad.
I feel like we just went way off topic then. We were talking about,
No,
what about
we
the
have-
Christmas advert?
We can get back to the advert because I was gonna ask because obviously we you kind of said you understand people's like point of view. So like, if this was let's say your country, would you be bothered if you saw other people like on the advert? Because I'm trying to picture.
If I was British,
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, like if you were British but white as well, because it seems to be it seems to be like white British. I'm not. I don't want to like stereotype or whatever because
can we broaden this out?
to-
Can we broaden out this? Because now what you're saying now, as a white man,
Got a white man
as a
on.
white man, my name is Joshua O'Shea.
Okay, yeah, go.
I'm Joshua O'Shea, and I'm gonna broaden this, cause not as just as adverts. Oh, I'm saying as me as Josh Ari now.
Okay.
I'll put Josh O'Shea back in the mix in a minute, but I had this beef the other day. I'm not generalizing it to adverts, but I'm generalizing it to the whole generalization. So
Of
just a lot of things.
okay,
So like when they do recasting or they wanna do like different things. So things I have problems with where they had to make a new lead in a film fucking a woman, or they need to make like that day when they were doing Friends and they did a reimagination of a whole black cast. I said, what? Like, I was like, we don't need this.
okay.
I never asked for this. Like, no, bro. I never asked for that. Like, I know everything needs to be like cultural appropriate, but there's set things in this world, yeah. You need to leave be. Like,
That is
It's just like
true.
the,
Yeah,
James,
I get
like
what
the
you
James Bond argument as
See,
well.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
exactly.
mind. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
be Idris Elba being James
Idris
Bond.
Elba's
I
a
would,
dog.
I would
Just
not
saying.
be like. Rah, I'll be like, you know what? You smashed it. But at the end of the day, man needs to be white. Like, is James Bond? James Bond's been going from the 60s.
But wasn't
I
James?
get what you mean. It's like, sorry to cut in, like, it's just, why change it if it's not?
broken.
It's not broken.
Yeah, like,
Like, they need to start now. People like, we need more female leads. We do need female leads.
But make something
But
fresh.
something
yeah,
fresh.
exactly.
Yeah.
Literally
Don't-
do something, a new
Yeah.
idea. Don't have to change things
Do
which
you
have
get what I'm
already
saying?
been going.
Okay.
So someone was trying to say, like, I think it was another big thing that they wanted to change. And it was a Disney film.
Oh, it was Little Mermaid.
Was it?
Yeah. So Ariel's been white with
Yeah.
red hair, and then what's their name? Is it Chloe and Halle? They're like twin sisters, I think.
Okay.
And they like sing.
the little. Are these quite young?
No.
No, I'm thinking of someone else.
What, in real
I'm thinking of
life,
someone
like
else.
singers?
Yeah.
I'm
Like
thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of these
basically,
twins on Scott.
one of them got cast for Little Mermaids, and there was like uproar, and everyone was like, you know, like why basically. And I get that
I get it.
because why change something which has been around for like
Yeah,
years?
like, you can't
just
do that.
make a new Disney princess,
Mm.
like, or do something like they did. Princess and the Frog, is that what it's called?
Okay. What happened?
It's the first black princess. I can't remember the name of the film, which is really bad. But basically, make something new with the. If you want to include black princesses in Disney films,
Yeah.
you can't go changing year-old. Like Snow White, for example, has been around for like years.
Yeah.
So you can't then go and make Snow White black
Yeah.
because it's not the
Is it fucking
same.
up the base?
Exactly. Like just make fresh
Yeah.
things.
Snow White, the one
Yeah, you're
with the
right.
7 dwarves,
Seven
innit?
dwarves.
Yeah, Princess
That
and the
would
Frog.
that wouldn't work anyway, man. You can't have like a Do you want to have a black one?
Snow
with
black.
7 random
Can't even
door.
say that.
Nah, but
Seven
no.
random-
On a real talk, you can't do that because even me myself, I fully understand why people were like, rah, like, fucking hell, like, Christmas, it's Sainsbury's, but at the same time, I kind of understand now where white people are a bit racist, black people are racist, everyone's racist,
The
but
thing-
it's just, it's one of them, like, I think we ourselves need to be now, we should be more at the point where if things are getting more westernized, we need to start being like, hang on, instead of being like, yeah, we embrace everything. Like, they don't, white people don't embrace everything. They're like, do you want to embrace what they want to embrace? And when you're crossing the fine line, they will speak. They're happy to go and eat that Indian on the Friday night.
This is the thing.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I think like the problem, like when I think of America and I think of here, like I personally wouldn't want to go to America.
100%.
Just not because of like Trump, just like it's not for me, and I don't like.
When you say go there, what
To live.
to live?
Just like even visit, like it's.
Oh,
I've
really?
got so many other places on my like list which I want to tick off. But obviously, like it'd be nice to go one day maybe, but it's not like priority because I feel like here people are very casually racist. No one will outright say to you, "Oh, something
But isn't
offensive."
that worse?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay,
getting at.
okay,
So, like in America, you might like, you know, interact with someone who is horrible to you because of the colour of your
Race.
skin or race or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas here, the British way is like to be pleasant and like, oh, you know, even if you don't think there's an issue, there may still be an issue, but it's not apparent until later on, or they talk to someone else and they go, oh, actually, I don't like them for this reason or whatever. And like, it's like, for example, round here, I've never really had any racial abuse. But then go to like London, for example, and I've had it there.
You had it in London?
Yeah.
Someone else said
Malika said that as well.
Yeah.
What did he say to you in London?
Oh, like some girl said that because I've got German in me,
Yeah.
and obviously
But how did they know that?
no, but I'm not
Oh,
fully
okay.
black. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
right,
I'm
okay,
mixed
okay.
race. So like I've got just as much German in me as I have Caribbean, for example.
Right,
And
okay,
she
I
was
get it.
basically saying like I wasn't black and this, that, but I wasn't.
That's exactly what
I
Malika was
wasn't-
saying.
I'm not the type of person to stand there and go, I'm black, because I'd say I'm mixed race because I'm not black. And I thought, rah, like why are you like coming at me? Like I haven't come out saying.
How old were you?
It's probably about 16.
So how did this happen?
So I've got family in London.
Okay.
So I used to live down south, and I was visiting family, and we'd gone like to someone like a cousin who isn't your cousin's party, for example, and they have friends there who I'd never met before. We were obviously all, I was like 16, so I wasn't like drinking or anything. We were all just like kids. And like I remember she made like comments about like my hair, like 'cause I haven't got.
But was
she
she
black
black
or
or
white?
white?
She
or...
was black.
Whoa,
she was.
That's exactly what Malika said.
But funny enough, she was one of my cousin's like best friends, and like when I told my cousin about it, she was like, "What? Like that doesn't sound like her at all. Like why would she say that?" And then when it all come out who I was related to, she was like, "Oh, I didn't mean what I said. Like I was just obviously like messing with you, blah 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 blah." And I was just like,
Just think how many different kinds of stories that are similar to like this, because I've got like a few like mixed race like boys like from like down south also as well. Do you know what I mean? But like, you know, obviously the mix of like white and then like black. But then it's like they abuse like, oh, like you're not black. Do you know what I mean? But often
it's like a group within a group. And I didn't really know that because like up
London people
here,
entitled.
yeah,
It's like, I know. Obviously, the experiences are from London, but I think. Sorry to cut you off, but I think it's because with some people in like the black community, they kind of like not even click, but like they become gatekeepers. So they will decide whether that person they think is quote unquote black
Compassionate.
enough,
Yeah.
or you know, they're with us or they're not with us. So if you don't tick boxes or quotas within them, they might be like, nah, she's not really like one of us, or
yeah,
he's not really.
and it
like
is. I
one
think
of
it's like
us.
that one of us vibe.
Yeah.
Like and like I get that because you know people have moved to this country and had to be in that mentality because of you know how segregated society was and like going back years and all that kind of thing. But I just think like here people are a lot more. It's more casual. And no one would ever directly say anything to you, but their behaviour might change because of.
But you see, I've had
factors.
the way you're saying people wouldn't directly say it. I've had direct things said to me, but it's been played in a way of people get comfortable. So they think because they're comfortable with me, or they think because he's nice, you know, he won't mind it. They test boundaries.
Yeah.
So they'll say stuff and they'll try and throw it in a joke, and I just stop it and look at them and said, we're not. Don't do that.
Don't ever do that again.
I'm not gonna go to jail for doing something mad, but at the same time, this can't run. Like me and you, we're not boys. Even if we were boys, you can't be saying stuff and stuff.
You know who used to say such stuff?
Who?
Fucking.
Are you gonna say the name?
You're gonna bleep.
Oh, I'll have to text you the name.
Just say it, bleep.
I love it. Are you sure? Because I don't know if he bleeps out the stuff.
No, he does.
does
He
he?
does when I watch it. Yeah.
Watch your own podcast, Josh.
That's another conversation for another day.
Show me them views.
From in the beginning, he used to say some weird shit.
See, this is what I'm getting at.
Like-
Because some people... See, what some people try to do is... It sounds so mad. But basically... Because I sense it straight away. So there's some people who kind of test how, like... From my experience, some people who aren't black, they try to pander to you. So they try and come across like, I'm cool. So to show that I'm cool, I'm gonna maybe change how I speak or how I act when I'm around you. And then I pick up on it straight away, straight away. But I don't say anything because I in my head I'm like counting. I'm like, how many times are they gonna try and pretend to be something they're not? Till I have to then say to them like, yo, why are you talking like this? Like I've done it in work now, where the person's not actively trying to change how they speak or whatever, but like it's like every time I'm there, they're bringing up an issue about someone who's black, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking. So I said to them, like, how come every time you want to make a joke or something, you try and include black people and just make a joke? And then they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, every single time, you either mention the word black or you try and pander towards me. I don't care.
Do you know what though? Like, I think a lot of that.
I don't care.
I think a lot of that comes down to people just don't know what to say. And like, I get that.
But
Like,
at the end of the day, we're just human beings. Like, why are you changing how you are around us? If you don't know what to say, when you were a child, if your parents say, if you don't know what to say, don't say
it.
no at all.
Don't
Exactly.
say it.
The thing is, the one I hate the most is where fucking it's the other day. Like, do you see the whole thing that's happening with Dutch Valley? And there's a rapper.
He's a drill artist.
And there's a voice note from H, and H is like, where you been, you dirty boy? I was thinking, why is it only white people? Like, it's always white people always put on the accent. You don't hear me say, all right, governor.
He puts on the Caribbean accent.
Yeah, I'm like, why did you always do this? Like, people, I used to...
Influence is strong.
I want to go on, black. I said, what? I said, okay. Like, bare people used to do it in school. Like, this is when the whole Jamaican vibe was a thing. This is before Afrobeats was a thing.
But did you ever stop and just look at people and be like, I'm not Caribbean. Get this on the camera.
He's Zambinese
right now. I always used to go to people. That's not my culture, you know. Just like it's not me.
Hate it, and I used to just be like, rah, like, why'd you do it? And like people do it, like they still do it now, like that little like it's their kind of sauce, like the je ne sais quoi. But you don't actually hear me coming about start putting on like just the maddest voice. I speak how I speak. Like, I'm Scouse. Maybe I'll put a bit more Scouse. Like how are we?
See, I tone the Scouse. I'm the opposite. I tone the Scouse down.
Yeah.
And I don't speak Scouse in work.
Code switching.
How do you speak?
Do I? I don't know. Like, I feel like I used to be a lot more Scouse.
You got a work voice.
Yeah, got a phone voice. Do you know what I mean?
So why? Man's amazing.
What's your work voice?
I got told man was really good. I didn't even.
Do you speak like your mum? Hello.
No, not that much.
My grandma used to do that.
Not like that.
That's the only thing I would say black people do, especially our parents.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm calling you from England.
That's good for the parents because the accent is so different.
Yeah.
That's
He said he doesn't understand.
It's because the accent is so different, so
Oh,
they put
fam.
emphasis.
I remember when I was in school, and then they used to call, if I was naughty, and my mum would pick up and be like, "Hello, this is Joshua Uri's mum." When she used to do it, I was like, okay. Parents even was I'll take it, Mr.
So-
Johnson. How was Joshua in school? I said, okay. This is how we're playing it, innit? Like, my mum used to take the piss, and I was like, that's the only way I would be like. It's because if how she speaks, and this is one of the things that I hate the most
People
in
pretend.
later life. I never used to get it when I was younger, but being in like speaking with like foreign people. And did you go uni?
Yeah, for a year, dropped out.
Okay. Was there a lot of like international students?
I went to uni of
Okay. Did we pay international students?
mainly like
Chinese.
yeah, and like what's the word? Why can't I think of where they're from?
Kuwait.
Yes.
Okay.
Like all like that
So-
way.
How did you know it's Kuwait?
Because it was exactly like that in my.
They live in so where I live, my building. Obviously, like they're in town. It's not like halls. They pimp them
Yeah.
apartments out. Jeez.
So
Yeah.
it's exactly the same.
Fair
That was
pay.
in my class. So just a lot of Chinese, a lot of people from Kuwait. And when they used to speak, I used to hear them fine. Like that's the first time I ever really got it, and I understand why my mum did it. And when people used to go pardon, I said, pardon for what? Like they're speaking the same English that we're speaking. It doesn't sound different. It doesn't. It's only because they've got an accent. It's like speaking to
Yeah.
someone from like. I have more problems understanding someone who's like proper Geordie or like
Yeah.
Irish
Yeah.
to someone
Scottish
who's
or
like
something.
who's from like Kuwait or
Yeah.
China or somewhere in Africa.
because they're learning English from such a young age. Do you know what I
They speak
mean?
it quite well, but
Yeah.
when you speak to someone, even when you speak to someone who's proper Scouse, even it throws me like, yeah, this is
heavy.
When
Yeah.
Scousers are together, it's like,
Yeah.
geez.
It's like I said, whoa. When you get a proper Scouser and they speak,
You don't hear half the words.
you don't hear it, and you're just
sounds.
like,
yeah.
It's a bit
this
mad.
is where I have the problem, and we're from England, and English is our
Don't even
language.
get me started on accents,
Do you
man.
think though as well? Like sometimes when they hear that accent or they see like a colour or whatever, they just automatically that ignorance kicks in and they're like, "Nah, I'm not understanding."
I
that
think
word."
when they automatically see like a colour and a race, they just like something in their head tells
Some
them
people-
to switch off.
For some people.
one of our boys, when we used to like back in the day, we used to like just chill in that and like, do you know when you like go in your little groups and whatever, and he's like trying to speak to a girl, he's like, what's he saying? I'm
Who
like,
said that?
I'll tell you after the pod.
I had someone I used to play footy with who said that. They were like, yo, Taz, I can't understand what your boy's saying.
And then like,
Well, you know about the same boy?
No,
Nah,
it's
a
something
bit
different.
different.
But I'm saying when I used to play football.
Some of them Congolese man used to speak something else. I don't know, man. Like,
They made their own language up.
Yeah, that man did it. That man used to throw in
even
Lingala French in there.
I could be like, yo, man.
Not them, man. It
Okay.
was. You might even agree. I'm not even gonna say his name. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll write it on a piece of
Yeah, I
on
wanna
my
know.
phone,
On a
but-
piece of paper.
Yeah, on my phone. I don't know why I
You
said
can
piece of
bleep
paper.
it out, isn't it?
No, come on, carry on with your story anyway.
Nah,
Sorry.
finish my story.
You finish your story? Alright, cool.
Just a quick one though on
See, even I get
See,
it.
I knew you were gonna say.
I actually
Callum.
get, because even he says some stuff. And I don't know if it's because he's still got the Nigerian twang. Or no, it's not even the way he used to say stuff when we was younger. Innit? Even you know who else used to do it?
Sam.
No,
Oh.
One's on a spell.
no, that's
No, bleep it out.
So I've just dropped a message.
okay.
He used
So
to.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
Nah, him.
he
Yeah.
used to say some stuff now, and
No,
even
the
I
him you
was
could-
like,
yeah.
bruh, like this is not me being ignorant. There's some people who said some stuff, who say stuff, and even you're like, well, it's a bit mad. But in that case, you need to think. I want to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Off the
Oh,
pod.
yeah. Because he messaged me one time. He's like, he's speaking about me on the pod. I said, I had to say yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Even grass
I know who
out
you're talking
there.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nah.
Leave that out, man.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
But for the case of the name I showed, yeah. I was thinking. you can put it together. I get what you're saying. Like some people when they speak, I don't know whether like what Trey was saying, whether it's an automatic like ignorance. Doesn't matter whether you're black, white, whatever. Sometimes I think you forget.
I think it's like you're not consciously thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think just subconscious, like your brain thinks it before you've even thought it. Do you know what I mean?
But I even like Josh posted it before when I saw it. When I saw it early on, where I don't know who you were watching some girl on Twitter, and then you were like, "Oh, it froze me that she's from Liverpool."
Fam, it's actually so funny because I listened to. Did you see it?
Yeah, I
listened to it this morning. It was actually funny because I was making my ways and I saw her dancing. And I was thinking, okay, she looks like she's doing a little YouTube thing. And she's like, oh, I said, bam. That is actually so funny because she was like, oh,
It's unreal.
and I was like, oh.
What the fuck is that impression, man?
No, that I'll actually play.
She's in the car
And she was giving it beans.
and she's like dancing and
Yeah.
she's like listening to a song and then she's like, "Oh."
Yeah. So this is what happens.
You have to put it to the mic.
I got a minute. And I was like, I understand what people say now when they hear me.
yeah.
I'm dreading listening to this back. You know, my voice is just going to be horrendous.
Put that in the
Yeah, I'll
group,
put it in a
innit?
minute. It's cool. I'll play it. But she was Scouse. But I didn't know her. And I've never seen her before. So I didn't know she was Scouse. So I played the video thinking, oh, it's just going to be a review on the song. I said, oh. I was like, whoa.
She like the way
And when people used to be like, yo, you're Scouse, I never used to get it. But now,
Nah, I get that.
Yeah.
I 100% get that.
Yeah,
I get
like-
that a lot. Like, as soon as I open my mouth, people are like,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm
This-
like,
This shock, like, whoa.
Where
like
did
the
that
where are
myth,
come
you
innit?
from?
Yeah. So when I've never actually turned around and be like, rah, like, but for the first time in my life, I actually was like, because I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting, I thought she was generally from London.
I nearly had to fight with a man on a boat in Cambodia over that.
Over your
What?
voice.
Yeah, so like,
But
we
where was
ba-
he from?
He was like white old guy. He's from like Kent or somewhere with his wife, like retirement funds,
do
going
swingers.
traveling, and we got on this boat trip, and like we just kept ourselves like to ourselves, getting on board, like sitting down, and everyone was like getting to know each other at the start, and I started speaking, and this guy turned around, and I was like, "Can I help?" Like obviously he didn't say it, but I was just thinking it, and he's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "Liverpool." And he was like, "Nah, like where are you from?" And I was like, "Liverpool." And I could see Jack's back just like getting ready to fight. I was like, he's over 60, stop. But like, but yeah, and I was just, and I said like, I'm not gonna tell you again. Like I've told you twice now. And he was like, and then he could see obviously Jack was in the background like, and he was like, "I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to offend you." And it's just like, why can you not just accept? Like if I'm speaking with it, you're English, you're from Kent, you understand the way dialect and accents work around the country. Why can you not hear my voice and accept that I am from Liverpool?
Yeah.
Like,
So did you think it was one of them where, you know, when people ask you where you from?
It's because
But-
I think there's black people in Liverpool.
Yeah, I
no,
know.
that's true. It's true, innit?
There's that, but then you get that kind of. There's that, but then you get that kind of where you from, but like where you from, as in like
Bro.
Family.
why are you
Where
black?
are your ancestors from?
Why are you
Here's my
black?
family tree.
The accent doesn't match.
Nah, because they generally
The accent,
do you think
it's not correlating.
do you think Liverpool is one of them places? There's actually places in England where there's no black people.
Yeah, there's
Oh yeah,
some-
100%.
Like, if you go up north, like
North.
not north, but like Middlesbrough ways and that.
Oh yeah,
lot.
that's
The
true.
only colour you will kind of see is maybe Asian.
Yeah, there's Asian.
There's a lot of
yeah.
Turkish in Middlesbrough. I went
Oh,
not that
serious?
long ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So to hear like something else, like even hearing a Black Irish, like
Yeah, to be
what we
fair,
saw,
that
the
is.
other day,
Breezy.
I'm still like, like
I think okay.
there's not that many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, but still though, like they wouldn't. I don't think people would bat an eyelid if my accent was French or Spanish. I don't think.
I get
like,
Spanish a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Like
but
if
I
we
don't
start
look
speaking and then your accent was French.
You can't look it.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
why should that be so far removed?
Latina.
Exactly.
No, but
to-
you need to think that they will only hear you speak them languages because they're colonized countries. So if you started speaking Portuguese or French, I'll be like, alright, cool. These are colonized countries. But if I wasn't from here and I heard you speak, like, you need to. I'm taking from an outside perspective. I'm a white male and I saw you and I thought, okay, if he's not from these countries, the only places that I would say he's from England is Manchester, Birmingham, or London. And then if you come out with a whole completely different accent, Geordie, Leeds, proper Yorkshire, Scouse, I'd be like, rah, what's going on? What's going on here? Like, these kind of accents, like...
I know, but you not just think like
it's the media's fault. They need to
if
stop
you speak a
promoting
certain way.
different
I don't
accents.
even know if it's the media's fault with them.
I know. I
ones.
don't even know what that would come down
Yeah.
to.
Now, what I meant by that is that on TV, from my perspective, what I normally see is there's like this generic. If you're past this part of England, it's just this generic, like you know, certain people from London, so you can hear that. Even though you'll ask someone from London where they're from, they're like, I haven't got an accent. You're like, big man, you got an accent.
I hate that.
just because you and everyone from this side of England sounds the same, it doesn't mean like you haven't got,
Got
an
an
accent.
accent. Nah,
They're like,
that's true.
Haven't got an accent. Like there's people that, like, I've got family and my family friends, and they're like, oh, you got an accent, and I'm like, yeah, so have you. Yeah, but like you got an accent, and I'm like,
So is everyone.
So have you. If you come to where I live, it'll be exactly the
Yeah.
same. But like when you see it normally on TV and things like that, I feel like the majority of how it's portrayed, the accents are from
That
places.
generic.
Just that kind of
Yeah.
generic.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying maybe it's the media, because they don't allow.
Maybe.
Other
Do you know
voices.
what throws me off the most? Do you actually know what throws me off the most? And I know you people will agree with me. Chinese people. You cannot tell who's either fresh or they're gonna come with like. Nah, I'm being serious, man.
Nah, I get it.
You can't tell who's got a Chinese accent or they're gonna come with the most. Chinese people take whatever city they're from. They take that accent 100.
Mate, you're so right, you know.
Nah, it's
Do
true.
you know what though?
So
Nah, do you know
easy.
what? I saved a customer in work, and she was with her husband, and they walked in like in them, you know, the Balenciaga sleeping
Yeah.
bag coats.
Yeah.
I thought,
Them
jeez,
drippy
like
rags.
dripping in
Yeah.
sauce, right?
Yeah.
And
They were fresh, innit?
nah, so she'd had her phone stolen, wanted to buy a couple of things, and she just spoke, and I was like.
You
It
don't
takes
expect
you back.
And I felt bad because I thought, oh my God, she can actually see that I've just taken a breath there. Do you know what I mean?
I always do it.
Oxford.
She from Oxford?
No. Like Oxford accent, right?
What's the Oxford accent?
Just that
Just
south.
generic south.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Where you from? And like I was chatting to her for a bit, and like they'd been to uni in Liverpool, moved to Oxford, worked in Bicester Village in the
Okay.
Balenciaga shop, hence the drip. But she was just like, I've never heard English from a native person like that before ever. Like it was English was better than mine,
But that's what I'm saying.
but there was no accent, like
What?
none. It was literally like if you
I get what you
if you
mean.
couldn't see
Yeah.
their face and someone said, right, who is the person behind this
But
thing?
that's what I'm saying. Chinese people take wherever they're from,
Yeah.
that accent to oh my.
It's like that time we went for food.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the restaurant, Colin. The opposite where Tokyo is. Remember we were with Yemi?
Oh, big
Um,
bowl.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. No, it's fine. Remember? we were, yeah. Remember,
Was you there?
No. We
wasn't
went.
there.
It was me, you,
been there
Trey, and Yemi. Remember we were eating food.
Oh
And we
shit!
could just hear this accent that was strong.
Oh,
And then we were like,
remember the
"Who's
guy?"
that?"
Yeah.
And then the guy just stood up and started speaking. We were like,
Yeah, I remember it.
Who was it?
Yeah.
But like,
But it happens
Is that a problem,
because
lad?
No, what happened?
He speaks fluent, like.
yeah,
like-
because like we were, you know, like you just sitting there eating and like you can overhear someone's voice
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
loud,
yeah.
but you're not expecting it like to be who the voice comes
Who's
from.
it from?
Then he got up and he was just like, yeah, there's something wrong with me food, like, blah, blah, blah. And we turned around and we were
I
like,
was like,
Weren't that the
There was-
customers complaining?
It was
And
him, then the guy
and-
came in,
yeah,
he
yeah,
like
yeah.
worked it because man had a big The rice was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because one had rice like
Moran's big rice
You
though.
can't tell if one's from China or they're actually from somewhere. I can tell the difference from like black people or different races. That I can tell. This if they gave me a lineup of just black people. No, I'm being serious. They gave me a lineup of black people, and you had to guess. Is one from England or if they're from Africa?
I'm just imagining this.
No. Based on look.
yeah, I can do that as
Based
well.
on
Nah,
look,
that's
you
easy.
can- you
Not
can-
easy,
No.
but
Based on look. 98%.
how do you know?
No.
I reckon I could do that.
It's serious.
This
Should we try and get
so-
this like a thing?
If you
Just to
put
make this happen?
100 Chinese people there, yeah, I need to find out if this Chinese person is from England or they're from China. I don't even know if I can tell the difference. Maybe with the girls, yeah, because I've been in China. The girls in China,
Have you?
yeah,
That's
they
sick.
look
Yeah, we're
completely.
Hong Kong,
They look different from UK Chinese guys. Wow.
Yeah, but you know why?
No, Tess convulsion.
No, they
Do you look
they do.
different?
I think that's the same with any other country though that isn't like when you see people from another country here rather than in their actual country,
Yeah.
they look different.
But then some of these Chinese people
Like,
that
you
I've
can
met
tell.
here who are students and they speak, I'm like, whoa.
It
And I hear the
depends. though.
Chinese like accent, and I'm just like, yeah. And then when I hear like, there used to be a chef. I used to work in Walk and Go. One of my
Shut up! Which one on Bold Street?
Bold Street and both. Yeah, one of my that was my first
Oh,
ever
shit, I used
job.
to
You defo
I used to-
saved me in there.
Nah, it was before you.
Before
That's
me.
before you.
1990.
It was
No, it was. How old are you?
BK
You're like
before
21, innit?
Keisha.
Yeah.
So I worked there
You're
between
15 and 16,
Yeah.
innit?
So 2009 days.
Yeah, I was still like 16.
Was ya?
Yeah.
I was 16 then. What are you talking about?
2009? Oh, God. I didn't even start at high school.
yeah.
The maths on this podcast is.
Yours was fucking shocking. 25, what was it, 25?
Oh, don't
24, 5.
25 years old.
And there was one chef. He was my guy, Johnny. And you look at him, you think he's a just a typical Chinese guy, and he will speak. All right there, lad.
Make the roll on that tongue now.
No,
he was scouse, like scouser than scouse, like
Yeah.
full to a T, like this. When they hear, when people go to you, do you say chicken and you like nah?
Nah.
He used to tell me chicken.
Johnny, man.
Johnny was a
It's
G.
funny.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah.
Does Johnny still work there?
The last time I went to go and check man was maybe 2 years ago, and he was there. Because I used to get off the train and I
Central,
would
yeah.
walk past and I see him. And then I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't
But
know.
no, he was a really nice guy.
Hope he's doing good.
But as you were saying before about like you wouldn't be able to well, different people look different depending on what whether they're in their own country or whatnot. I think that just depends on whether they have lived there long enough. Because a lot of people,
Yeah, 100%.
especially with girls, like they follow the trend and the fashion of wherever they are, and sometimes because me and Joshua and Trey, we said it before, like especially in Liverpool, like
Connoisseurs.
there's
What?
Oh.
What did you say?
I was saying, especially in Liverpool, like with the fashion, what happens? What he said? With fashion and stuff like that, like what I tend to see is that, like, especially in like Liverpool, there's lots of people who, they follow what other people do in terms of trends and how it might be for like safety in terms of like they don't want to stand out because everyone kind of like assimilates to whatever's on trend. The reason I'm saying it more so with girls, because I don't want to part of the lads in Liverpool, but some of them don't have style. So like, just saying,
Little.
just like some of the lads in Liverpool, they don't really have style, so they would just dress however.
Yeah.
And you could probably say that like if you went to Manchester, there might be some people who have the same or
Yeah.
other places. But I feel like as you were saying, like it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Or it's hard to tell, but it's not hard to tell at the same time, because you can kind of see who's from Liverpool, and you know they're from Liverpool straight away.
Oh yeah, like when you're not in Liverpool, like
100, because they
you
all
can just sense it. Like,
I was saying this to Minia. He doesn't believe me. There's a
Which-
oh no,
distinctive look.
there's an actual
There's a
radar.
there's a
Like,
distinctive look. Like
100%.
it's in the DNA. Like there was a video I seen of this little girl. She was like, "Fuck Boris." She was like, "Fuck
oh,
Boris."
seen it.
And before she ever spoke, I didn't even know it was a Scouse girl. I was like, she's from Liverpool.
Yeah, you can see
And
it.
then she's like, Boris Johnson. That's what she was. She was like, oh, he's putting us on lockdown. But you can tell. You can tell. There's something.
We were honestly like we were sat in Sicily, right? Like, what, 2 months ago, just like sitting there eating pizza on like this little restaurant on like a little cobbled street, and you could see like couldn't hear because obviously you could hear like just everyone, but I could see like down this little narrow little street, and there was a girl at the end, and she was sat with like a couple of her mates, and I was like, just like looking. I thought, we'll see. Got up, paid everything, walked past, Scouse, and I just knew like not even like from what they were wearing, but just the. I feel
like the
there's-
mannerisms
Yeah,
and stuff.
like I feel like. Well, I couldn't see that far.
Scouse look.
But like, you know, you just could tell. I was like, I couldn't even hear them; they were too far. Like, but I could just see them out the corner of my eye, and I thought the fact that I even noticed them made me think they're Scouse. And as soon as we walked past, they were like, ah! I was like, yeah, I knew it.
There's a proper distinctive look. Even the lads have it.
Oh yeah.
The lads have this look where it's like they're really born with it. Like
I think it are.
it's the face, the teeth, the hair. It's everything.
jaw,
Like
yeah.
it's like, you know how they say like Scandinavian people have this look and this
Yeah.
Liverpool people have this look.
But then I think because I'm obviously mixed race and I'm not white, but then I get people like I've been on nights out. I've got mates from the Wirral, like really close, like girl mates, and like we were on a night out just after lockdown, and one of my mates met a girl from Highton, and she was like, "Oh, you are all wolves, aren't you?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, we're from the Wirral." She went, "But your mate isn't," meaning me.
Yeah.
And I was like at the bar. And then when I came over, she's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, Kirby." And we were chatting, and Laura, my mate, went, "God, she knew that you were from Liverpool, but we were Wolves." And I was like,
But you can tell.
"But you can tell,
Yeah.
like
You can
literally,
tell.
you can tell, like
But people from the Wirral have
People
this. The Wirral.
the Wirral."
The Wirral.
How they speak.
They speak different.
Yeah.
Even though they're Scousers, it's like it's weird.
It depends where you're from in the world as well. But
100%.
like,
They say stuff weird.
Yeah.
it's not weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's got a
I
hint
love
of
the way
like,
you both doing this, by the way.
there's a hint of
It's actually
there's a hint of
They-
Cheshire or something.
the
in
way
this,
they
when
talk
they say certain
is
words.
different,
Yeah.
and then the way they look as well. I like Wirral girl compared to Scouse girl.
I'm with a Wirral lad. Up
You
the Wirral.
see, that's it.
Jokes.
They're nice looking. Like they actually are.
You better say disclaimers on this before. I said they're nice looking.
Some
Like
of them Wirral bears are serious, man.
Do you know
Yeah,
what
they are.
though? It's a different.
Hollyhead.
I think like I'm
Holly
obviously.
who?
Holyhead, I said.
Who
I'm
the
sure
fuck's
that's
that?
in the Wirral, isn't it?
No.
That's from fucking Wales, isn't it?
Oh no, is it Hoylake?
Hoylake.
That's what I'm thinking. That's it.
Holyhead.
That's it. Wrong
Man's
place.
in Scotland.
Wrong place. I said I had good geography before as well. That's in the wrong place, yeah.
No, I think like
that's a Hoylake.
I think with Wirral get like I'm Scouse obviously and I love Liverpool and like I'm all about the Scouse Scaldem, but I think Wirral girls have like a level above Scouse girls because they're not striving to be the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
Like all my Wirral girls are stunning and like they're not bothered.
That's
that,
kind of what I was getting onto before, yeah.
they're not bothered that they don't have like the same Zara jacket or the Balenciagas or whatever. They're just them because they know whenever they open their mouth, someone's gonna go, "Oh, you're from the Wirral."
But why is that a thing?
I hate this thing.
I've never understood it because
housewife,
my
innit?
parents, they're not from this country, so I've never had this thing where I'm like, "You're Scouse, you're a wool." Like when you're in school and stuff, and people be like, "Oh yeah, but you know they're a wool," and I'd be like, "What does that actually mean?" I actually still to this day I actually don't know what that means.
For me, a wool.
What is that?
I think take London all that away from it because if
Yeah.
you're from there, you're not a wool. You're just from a different place.
Yeah.
So for me, like if you look at Merseyside as a whole, anywhere that's out of like the Liverpool City Council or like Knowsley would be a wool. So
These,
I'm
the
talking.
bins,
It's the
innit?
bins.
It's the bins in
It's
it.
the
So like
bins.
Preston, Sefton, like Preston's like
Prescott.
Money Wales.
Prescott. Sorry,
Yeah.
Prescott, yeah.
like Widnes. Like Widnes is technically not Liverpool, is
Nah,
it?
it's not.
Nah,
It's not.
it's
It's
not.
like
But some people might claim to.
Yeah.
It's like Runcorn as well.
St.
Yeah,
Helens
that's like
and
a bit
stuff.
too far.
But
isn't
you know
it?
they built it to move people from Liverpool.
That's what Kirby was. Kirby was built because there was an overspill
Yeah.
of people living in like where it. People go, oh, Kirby's rough, this, that, and the other. Kirby's literally in the middle of farmers' fields. They've just gone
Kirby's far, you know. I got
Yeah.
a taxi to Kirby. It cost me £25.
on a night out. It used to cost me £25 back.
Yeah.
To Jack's, it was like a tenner, and he lived about 10 minutes away. Yeah, he's a wall, and I'm not.
Kirby's just so expensive to get
Postcode
to.
wars, man.
Postcode wars.
I,
But I must say, I feel like as I've got older, like I hate all that. If someone's gonna be weird with me, cause like me mates are from the Wirral or me fellas from the Wirral, then you're not a mate to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's so petty.
I think it's just weird.
I think it's weird. I never used to get it. And then it was, he's a wool him. And I was just like, fuck it then.
Yeah.
I'd look at people and be like, what does that?
What does
How
that
does
even
that
mean?
change
How does
someone?
it change? But then people in uni used to beg it.
Oh, they used to beg it
What?
bad.
Used
Say
to
beg what?
Beg it.
You'd be like, where you? They'll hear you us speak, and then be like, yeah, we're from Liverpool. Where you from? Oh yeah, we're from St. Helens. But they
Everyone
say
there
it's
from
Liverpool. And then you go,
I used
where in
to-
Liverpool?
No,
Where in
no,
You know
Liverpool?
what's funny though? Yeah, I think maybe
Postcode
just
starts with S.
because probably behaviours from when like I was a kid. Somebody goes, oh yeah, I got a friend from Liverpool. Like, yo, where? And he mentioned somewhere like I don't know, like Rain Hill or
Yeah.
Rain
some
Hill, Bare
next
Missions.
place. And I'm like, that's not Liverpool.
Yeah, in it. Or did you ever get?
It's not
I
Liverpool.
used to get. Oh yeah, I know someone from Liverpool. Do you know them too? Like fam, like Liverpool. Like it's
Not gonna lie, more than likely, yeah.
it's the truth. I know. But that's what used to be funny.
This person, they're
Like,
from Liverpool. I'm like, all right, what's the age range first? If they're 2 years above, 2 years below, more than likely.
It's
I
funny
would
that
know.
actually work because I
Yeah.
can say I'm like, yeah. Actually,
Is it mad that you still like? I still think they're the year above me.
Yeah.
Or, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when do you
finished
get
school
out of
time
that
ago.
habit?
I don't think
Like,
you ever
I
do.
don't think you ever.
I don't think you ever do.
Like 100.
I genuinely don't think you ever
And
do.
you
Still
and you
look at that 2
get
years
two
above,
two
2 years,
cards from the
yeah.
Queen.
To what?
2 cards from the
Oh yeah,
Queen.
2 cards.
Yeah.
I don't think you
Now,
ever
when do
do.
you actually get? Nah, it would actually be. Nah, I don't know.
I don't think I ever
actually
will.
don't know.
Because there's people that I see that I haven't seen for ages, and I'll still refer to them as like,
oh, they were.
The year
yeah,
above
he
me.
was in
The year
year
above
above,
me.
and you're like,
I know.
Like it's mad because we're all born the same year,
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
in different school years.
yeah, because we
We-
were
yeah,
born
you
before
cut
the
off, yeah,
September threshold.
It's mad.
That's why, but yeah. But then,
What schools did you all go to?
St. Charles.
Same school as you. I just want to say
That's
I
your
was
primary
in your
school?
Yeah. From
You weren't in my
Egbert, innit?
school?
I was.
No, why is he chatting Persian?
I was there. With a
Mate,
kid.
about 8 years above me though.
Nah,
Working
I-
in one go.
I was. Actually, you just reminded me when we were in uni.
Oh my god.
when we were in uni, yeah. There's a job that he had in is it Black Dog? Is it Black Dog or whatever? Oh, fam. We went out on a night out once, yeah, and we were in the queue to go in. We were in the queue, and this girl was like, "What are you doing here?" And you were like, "What do you mean? I'm on a night out." And she was like, "Aren't you grown?" Do you remember? Because she didn't know he was a student. You had a part-time job.
Yeah.
Before he was like 30 or something. So we're on a student night out, and she's like, "The fuck? Why are you here? Like, you're grown, innit?" And he was like, "I'm 23." It was my. I just remember.
That's funny.
Because I remember being in the queue like, "Rah."
But some of them, obviously that's a person going into a club, but some of them money like bouncers are racist, man, because like they'd be like, yo,
All
you're not
bouncers are
students.
racist, just saying.
All bouncers are racist. Liverpool bouncers not that bad to be fair.
We have a
Liverpool
good here, you
are
know.
actually that
Because I
bad.
never really had prejudice until I left Liverpool. And then people were like, "You not tonight." I said,
Not
"No."
tonight.
I've never
I'm just saying.
I've never got it in
I used to
Liverpool.
go
where-
out with a group of 6-7 black boys, just
Yeah.
go in
Yeah.
Liverpool.
I only got it at the beginning when I was like 17. They were like, "Rah, But then when you used to go set places, it's only when I came back after uni where ID scanners and you needed ID used to be a thing. But more than likely, even now, I can still roll like a lot of places without ID. And then I could do that for a long period of time. But then when I went money, you haven't got your ID, you're fucked.
Certain places are just like that though, like.
Nah, money was like that from when we started uni.
Yeah,
I've never really been out
Even-
properly in money.
I don't know whether this is still a thing now, but even when like I used to wear like not shoes, but you're like trainers kind of shoes. Do you get me?
Okay.
Like
Well, high end.
yeah, kind of. But then like you'd go like money. I don't think it's like that now. But they'd be like they're not proper shoes.
Yeah, you used to get that
we've
like.
had this conversation.
You've had that as well, yeah.
We had this conversation with Shaq when we was walking, where it used to be like when we was going to brunch.
Oh,
we
yeah.
say all our shoes used to be brogues.
Yeah.
But now
yeah.
it's now serious.
Nah, we did. You had to wear shoes.
You had to wear brogues to get into places.
Chelsea
Or
boots.
desert shoes.
Bro, desert shoes. Yeah,
I'm being
that's
serious.
serious. In Bali, you were
You
serious.
missed that period.
On a
Yeah, I'm
weekend,
still in like school.
That's how I know you're young. Like
on a weekend, it was serious. It was like
early 2000, like 2013 times.
it was.
It's not
It was
Liverpool, though.
inspecting like.
Yeah, it used to be like 2013, 14. You had to wear like brogues, Chelsea boots
On a night out.
to
Yeah.
get into clubs.
Even on like I think one of the Boxing Days, I couldn't get in because I wore like my little Adidas like jacket. So I
Yeah,
had to,
it was no.
and then
Yeah, but
Nathan
even
bothered me
still,
like a
Adidas, You
shirt.
can't be rolling.
No, but
Adidas now.
you couldn't see it was an Adidas jacket.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like a
Oh
plain-
yeah, to be fair, I've seen that like lads in like bag house jackets and the
Yeah.
logo's like that small and they're like.
Nah.
But Hugo
People
Boss used to be a
tearing their
thing as
top.
well. You
Yeah.
couldn't get in with
Yeah,
Hugo
what
Boss.
was all that about?
Polos
Like, why?
as well at one point. They
Oh,
were like,
yeah,
no
yeah.
Polos.
Lads have got it heavy to be fair. Like
No,
girls, if
it
you're
was-
in a
it
dress
was
and a pair of
heavy.
heels, you're good to go.
I
you know
That's,
what I mean?
that's the thing. It used to be like, if you're not wearing shoes, you're not getting in.
You're like that with your brogues in your bag.
No,
seriously,
like
we had to.
legit. Bram, it was good times as well, you
Yeah,
know.
it was.
Love a good brogue. Now I don't wear them. It's like, it's now is, if your shoes ain't expenny, you ain't getting in. Like, if you're not wearing like some good shoes, not shoes, but expenny trainers.
Yeah, high-end
Amount of boys
stuff.
that wear Valentinos now, McQueen's.
Do you know what I was shocked at the other day? I didn't realise how much Missoni. Like
Masoni.
Such a scouse.
What's it called?
Was it
The
what?
Masoni, you would seen it. You would have seen it,
Mate,
but you won't know the brand. But
Miss Sony.
every single lad in
Missoni.
Liverpool, it's the stupidest. I don't care who listens to it. It's
Oh, I
the
couldn't
ugliest top ever. It's them top. You know the ones with
The
the thin
stripes.
lines. Oh my god.
no, but what I could
How do you
not
spell it?
believe how
MIS?
expensive they were.
MISS. Oh,
and
I think you'd have seen it
Oh,
like
these things.
yeah,
Mate, look at the price.
expensive, and the jacket, the thin jacket as well. Disgusting.
I quite like it. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me see.
Expensive taste.
I wouldn't wear it, but I think it's.
I'll have to.
quite hard
There's a specific one that you'll always see. It's red and it's got thin lines,
Thin lines.
What about this
And then it like
robe?
fades into
This
blue.
robe. It's broke.
in it. 248
Here's a question: like,
That's
if you on a night out, yeah, and like, could you tell if a guy's got like expensive like clothes on or not? Do you get me? Like, if a guy dressed in like Primark things, but like dressed up well, could you tell who from
Yeah.
Primark or not? Really?
Yeah, I can.
I feel
Mhm,
like
though.
lads, when a girl goes out, you can get a nice dress, like heels, bag, whatever. You're talking like 80 quid maybe, depending on where you get it from. But for a lad, all you've got to go off is jeans, a top, or a sweatshirt, depending on time of year, and then like an expensive pair of trainees, like Valentinos or what are them other ones, Lamvins and
Oh, like
them.
oh god, bad.
what the high top things? The Alexander McQueen's.
Them ones. Oh. For like for lads. He's
I've
got a pair.
got a pair. Oh, one pair.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
In
But
my
like
group, I'm a trendsetter, and everyone laughs, and then we start doing everything.
Oh,
then-
when
but-
none of his trends on
but
listen
then-
to.
Listen, I started DJing. He was like, "I'm gonna be Teskey on the beat."
I want a DJ. I
This guy's acting like he's the first DJ
It was
ever.
me, and then Minia, and then Tessa.
I
was
want a
like,
DJ.
okay, You
I
can
was
do
literally
it.
saying this the other day.
We'll
Let's do
we'll
it.
do.
Well, you could be the face.
there's not, to be fair, there's not many
Yeah,
gay,
there's
female
some-
black
We'll
DJs.
speak because I have an idea, but we'll speak. But we've hit the time for the podcast.
Yeah, how long we done?
Like an hour and 20.
Has it really been that
That's
long?
all
Raw.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry, back in next week.
Yeah. But no, obviously we've had a lovely guest. This is our 50th episode. We'll obviously get you back on to the pod and whatnot. Do you have anything to plug? Anything to
Nah, literally.
Nothing.
Just me. I'm just here.
Just
Here
here.
for the pod.
Just here for the pod.
Posy vibes.
Positive vibes, bringing positive vibes to everywhere I go.
Yeah, that's what we like. Have you guys got anything to plug? Shouting out anything?
What do I need to plug? Fuck yeah now. I don't know, you know. Don't really have much to plug, to be honest.
No.
Fucking, I don't understand this tier thing though. This is what I
Tier
don't get.
what?
What's going on next week?
I'll explain.
So are we in tier 3?
I don't think
I
we
don't
will
know.
be.
I don't know.
still?
It hasn't been announced yet.
Okay.
It gets announced on Thursday.
Does that mean we can still go top way or what one?
I don't know about
Oh,
that.
that sounds sick.
I
Trey was
don't
telling me
know
about that
about
the other day.
Who's Joe?
Trey.
Oh.
What the fuck?
But I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know what the rules are. Trey, have you got anything to plug?
No.
No.
Nah, that's
I was a bit hesitant.
But that was a
there.
great little
But yeah, you can find the podcast on Spotify,
Spotify,
Apple Music,
Apple Music.
Apple Music.
It's Apple Spotify, Apple
Apple
Podcast.
Spotify.
Apple
No,
Podcast,
it's on
man,
Apple
yeah.
Podcast. It's on Amazon as well. Amazon Music, I'm sure. Something like that. I haven't checked. They send me an email. I always
Audible,
say
is it? Not Audible. Oh.
branching
Might be on
out.
Audible.
We're everywhere.
Puma, if you want to sponsor the podcast, we are very big fans. Any other people who want to send us care packages for us to get free codes and shout out your clothes on the podcast, send us away. It's nearly
Come on.
Christmas. It's cold. We need some fresh drip.
Come on.
Yeah, that's the Front Left Podcast over now.
Frontleft Podcast.
Peace.